top NFTs for 2022. We're going to go over that in this video. But before we get into it, I do just want to say, guys, I understand some of these projects are pretty expensive to buy into. The whole point, though, is if we see a nice dip in the NFT market, these could be some great buying opportunities if we see a dip. So without further ado, let's just jump into it. Guys, up first, we see Eminem. He recently just bought a Bored Ape Yacht Club for around $450,000. Pretty cool. He owns one. Awesome. We're seeing more and more celebrities get into the space. And I do want to point out, though, when it comes to NFTs, some of them are basically just profile pictures, PFP. Some have a great community, like the Bored Ape Yacht Club. It is a PFP, but they also have a great community where they actually have in real life events. So obviously that's great, right? They also have attached to it is we have the Bored Ape Kennel Club. We also have the Mutant Ape Yacht Club. So just pointing that out right there, guys. I understand the Mutant Ape Yacht Club's around 12.5 ETH, but just about a month ago, back in November, they were around 3 to 4 ETH for the low end stuff. So just keep that in mind. They are increasing their supply. I was actually very surprised to see this thing increase the floor this much, with the supply continue to increase with a 17.6K items and 11.1K owners. Decent ratio right there, not like too good, but I mean it's not bad at all. And the Bored Ape Kennel Club, guys, we see things 5.1K owners, 9.6K items with a 4.8 ETH floor price. We've also mentioned these before, they were around 2 to 3 ETH not that long ago. So the whole point, though, is if we would see some kind of dip, this could end up being a great buying opportunity if these things would come back down to like a 2 or 3 ETH floor. I do want to point out, I've heard some alpha in some Discord groups that they're going to be releasing the token for the OG Bored Ape Yacht Clubs, but you will also get tokens if you own one of these kennel club, like these like the dogs they have. So it's pretty cool to see. We'll see how that plays out. You earn some of the tokens. I'm going to assume you're probably going to earn a little less tokens, but the fact that you're still going to earn some, that's really bullish. You're going to be getting some of the Bored Ape Yacht Club tokens. So awesome. We'll see how that plays out, and I'm pretty sure that that's why the price of these things are rising at the moment. So up next, guys, something that I talk about a lot is the Doge Pound, okay? So the Doge Pound, they basically just renamed their names, the Doge Pound Studios, because they have a background in gaming. They've had some successful mobile games with, the OG kind of gaming that's not in crypto. Their background is just regular gaming. They do not have a background in blockchain gaming. So their issue is basically putting the game on the blockchain, having the tokenomics. Right now, I think this is a steal around 1.7 ETH. Simply because you're taking a bet that we're going to see them do very, very well. They're going to pull everything off. Doge Pound Studios is going to launch some highly successful games. People are going to play these games. It's going to be amazing. Like a lot of money's made, or it's going to be a flop, or they just don't make it happen. We'll see what happens, guys. I do want to point out a few things when it comes to the Doge Pound. This is from Hoogie. He's one of the Doge Pound community homies. He's just putting out a few things that are bullish on this project, saying that they have several leads for Coinbase NFT. Guys, they've said that they as of right now, they're not going to be listed on Coinbase NFT platform. They're trying to get in contact, but it is what it is. Their token's going to be coming out. They've actually said this for a couple months now. It should be coming out, but they're biggest battle testing and making sure it's good because they don't want it to be a flop, which I understand. I'd rather them take longer on the token, make sure it's 100% successful, than launch it too early and it'd be a flop. That would be just really bad for the project. They said they have multiple blockchain games in development. Yes, guys, if you go on their Twitter, they have multiple trailers as well. They have the nice little white paper as well, so definitely hit that up. So they changed their name basically to a gaming studio. 3D dogs and a metaverse integration. You guys, they partnered with D-Race. They also partnered with the Hooligans, so very bullish on that. They are making the 3D versions of their dogs for the metaverse. Pretty dope. We'll see how that plays out. And scrolling down here because he has even more. Like I said, collab with D-Race NFT for racing. Collab with My Pet Hooligan. Guys, that's pretty cool. Guys, Billy M2K is actually the guy that created Dogecoin. He joined the Doge Pound Studio as an advisor. They just wanted someone that was well known to join them. I mean, that's what it comes down to. That right there is marketing. I said the Land Vault partnership. I actually need to personally look more into that partnership myself. It says owning several metaverse esports arenas. Launchpad website, which they do have a Launchpad. They don't launch too much stuff. They only like to launch very successful projects off there, which I'm glad to see, because you guys, if you guys on the live streams, you've seen me point out the nonsense the Journey NFTs launching. So the cool thing is they really do vet this stuff, and like it's pretty cool. And then they also have this big B brand announcement, guys. Ever since I got into this, they keep saying the big B brand announcement, and apparently, I mean, according to John Woods, you can't legally say it at the moment. They're still working with the brand, and they have NDAs signed. So we'll see how it plays out. But really, what it comes down to is if they can pull off the gaming part of this, if they can actually pull this off in 2022, get 1, 2, 3 successful games going off their platform, and then it's going to add utility to owning an OG dog, which is right here, for around 1.7 ETH, which you could probably bid for 1.5 and get one. So just keep that in mind. If they actually do that successful, this thing is a steal. Now, if they don't do it, if it becomes a flop, they just fail, well, then obviously this is a waste. But compared to the other projects we're looking at, this is one on the lower end at the moment. So up next, guys, something I've talked about for a while now, NeoTokyo. The cheapest entry right here is with the NeoTokyo Outsider identities, which is around 9 ETH. Unfortunately, just the other week, they were around 4 ETH when they first launched. I was actually very surprised to see that when they launched around, you could actually, at the very beginning, it was 4.2 ETH, and then they just popped off. I was surprised that people aren't just dumping these more and more. But I mean, there's a lot of insider information that the public's not really made aware of when it comes to these things. That, I mean, I've heard some rumors. I don't know how true they are, but basically, I don't think this thing's going to dip anymore. Unfortunately, I mean, that is unfortunate, because I did anticipate when they first launched their OG identities, they were at a 9 ETH floor, and then they dipped down to 4 or 5 ETH. And well, this thing did not do that at all. I mean, it didn't dip at all. It literally just kept going up. Yeah, I mean, we went from 9 and then down to an average of 5.78. But it literally, there was one sale there. There was not many, or it might have been 5 sales. There wasn't many down there under 6 ETH. And then now pop back up. It just keeping going. So this right here is with Alex Becker and Elio Trades. Keep in mind, guys, I mean, this is just the very basics. They're having a meta tournament coming in January, a lot of prizes. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be on Twitch. I know Journey is sponsoring it. There's a lot of sponsors there. It's absolutely insane, guys. If you can afford it, why not get it, okay? It's not about what these things look like. We're looking at all these NFTs, oh, cool, it's a dog, oh, awesome. Oh, cool, look at these Moon 8 things, cool, or their dogs as well. It's not really about what it looks like. It's about the utility that you get by holding them, by the exclusive access you get, the community that you're in, what's going on there. There's a reason why I bring up these projects that are highly successful. So maybe they're out of my price range, I can't buy them. We'll take the same ideas, the same utility that these have, and go look at newer ones. See, are they going to do the same thing? The problem is, though, when you do that, a lot of them say, yeah, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're bam, we're doing this, it's going to be great, but they don't actually execute on it, and it doesn't get done. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at new projects. That's where it's high risk, high reward. I mean, you may get in for 0.1 ETH or 0.05 ETH, but still, I mean, you could also lose it. So moving on, though, to Journey NFT. Yeah, guys, I've said this for a long time now, guys. Very bullish on this project, even though the nonsense that he's had with launching some launchpad projects that were just garbage. But the community spoke up and said, hey, bro, stop doing that. And he said he's going to stop doing that. So hopefully he does. But this does have the best. I mean, the best analysis you could have on an NFT project. Guys, if you have a better one, let me know. 10K items. 7.7K owners. And that's not to mention that Journey owns 500 of these things that are designed for giveaways. So 500 that are designed for giveaways, that means it really should be around 8.2K unique owners. Because the odds of the same person winning 2 NFTs are very unlikely, because there's a lot of people that enter the giveaways. So keep that in mind, very bullish. When you get one of these, you get 2 free mints for his future NFT sets. He's only really giving a month or a quarter roadmap. He's not putting out too long. He doesn't want to overpromise and underdeliver, which I personally believe is super bullish. I just want to point out over here, he has done some sneak peeks of the one sets. He says a new planet awaits. I do believe he's working on some kind of metaverse, some kind of game, based off the words he uses in the Discord. I could be wrong, I'm just speculating here. But based off that, it does seem like that. He keeps stuff on the DL. He doesn't really tell you too much, which could be a bad or a good thing. But he's literally putting his life on the line here to make a successful NFT project long term. So long term, I'm bullish on this. And that is that. Also want to point out, he tweeted this stat thing right here. It says diamond hands meter, which project has the highest percent of hodlers. So it comes down, number one is the gold hunt game, 98%, like da da da. But that's kind of like the game, the wolf and sheep kind of style game, which kind of fizzled off a little bit. Anyways, Journey is number 2 with a 97.52% not for sale, which I always point that out, guys. I mean, it's kind of crazy. You go here for buy now. First of all, it already has amazing stats across the board. 10K items, 7.7K owners. That's an amazing ratio. Like, if you see something better than that, please let me know. But the buy now, so the ones that are for sale, 237. It's usually below 250. Sometimes I see it at 260 or 270. But I don't think I've ever, I don't recall ever seeing it at 300. And if it was, it's probably like for a short time. There's a lot of people, wow, just like literally diamond handsing this, because most people only have one of these. The majority only have one, so that just means people don't want to sell because they don't want to lose access to the utility of this pass. And I've seen in the Discord, people question, like, so what do you think the value of this is going to be once you mint your 2 free mints of the future projects? So I said I think it's going to go down. But there are clips, there are some screenshots of Journey saying he will wreck weak hands, meaning that he's going to add more value to these things after you mint. So we'll see how that plays out. Of course, there's no guarantees, but it'll be very interesting if he does take the Becker approach to wrecking weak hands. I think that would be great. That's something I'd love to see, because I don't really see the value of this pass. Besides, once we mint those 2 free projects, but besides being in the exclusive Discord group, but at the end of the day, I mean, we'll see what he does. Hopefully it works out and gains are made. But also just want to point out here, because I had to show you guys, there's only 237 for sale. You scroll down, you can see that the NeoTokyo citizens, there's about 2,000 of them, and 93.77 are not for sale. You guys can see all these games have a lot of stuff not for sale. I mean, it's kind of crazy. You got D-Race horses down here, the Doge Pound. I mean, the Doge Pound's all right. There's 90% are not for sale. Cool Cats is another well-known project. Bored Ape Yacht Club, 85%. So obviously, just check this out. We see the Bored Ape Kennel Club, and it also depends the time that they actually screenshotted this data right here. It would be cool to actually have the document. So keep in mind, things have changed. He tweeted this out December 29th, and of course it's January 1st today. So just keep that in mind. Very bullish on this project, and I think there's a lot to come that he's keeping under the radar. So, and that's, like I said, a sneak peek. I could care less about the art. It's about the utility, in my humble opinion. And the last project I want to hit up, guys, is Fluff World. These NFTs were mentioned by Journey. Very interesting. When you click on these things, there's actually sound. They move, and there's sound with them. So sometimes I'll be clicking on one, and then I'll be like, why is my headphones keep going on? And there's literally sound. You go to their website, and a cool thing is they kind of have their little underground metaverse. It's kind of silly. I've been in there a little bit, but it's just kind of silly, in my humble opinion. But right now they are literally popping off, going absolutely insane. So just keep that in mind. They're just going nuts. I gotta close this because it keeps making noise. But yeah, guys, that right there is that. Definitely consider hitting that up. It's around a 1.6 ETH floor. Those are the projects that I think will do very, very well in in 2022. Of course, I understand a lot of these are very expensive, but like I said in the beginning of the video, if we see some kind of dip in the NFT market, this could end up being a great buying opportunity for a lot of these. I like to call them blue chip projects. Of course, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a silly dude on the internet, but I would definitely consider, doing some research, understand the utility behind these NFTs, understand why Bored Ape Yacht Club, yes, it is a profile picture, but it's also a lifestyle brand. There's a massive community. They have in real life events. So just keep that in mind. Guys, Doge Pound really comes down to if the Doge Pound Studios can execute on what they've been saying. They said it should come out Q1 for a bunch of games. We'll see if that happens. Only time will tell. We mentioned with with Alex Becker, Elio Trades. I mean, pretty much, I think whatever they do is going to do very, very well. In my humble opinion, they're thinking long term. Same thing with the Journey NFT. I think long term, this thing will do very, very well. And when it comes to the fluff, it's really just a high risk, high reward. In my humble opinion, we'll see how it plays out. I know there is a little backing by Journey, if I'm not mistaken. But once again, I mean, it's really, we have to see what they execute on and see what actually happens. And it really comes down to only time will tell. Will 2022 be extremely bullish for crypto? Will it be bearish? We do see that the NFTs take a hit when like when Ethereum goes up a lot. So if Ethereum starts hitting 10K, NFTs will probably take a hit. They'll probably have like a little bear market, okay? But then when it starts trading sideways, they'll probably start popping off and then gains will be made. So just keep that in mind, guys. What do you guys think about NFTs? Are you guys in any of these? Are you guys going to buy any of these? Let me know down below. And thank you guys for tuning in. Happy New Year's. Smack the subscribe button. Smack the like button. I'll catch you guys in the next one. And until then, may the gains be with you.